something. Tying back into our earlier conversation, let's do a little review of where Seth Rollins
Oh
stands.
shit, here we go.
Now, see, the thing is, I like Seth Rollins. As a fan of the Shield, I'm a fan of each and every guy. For me to sit here now and to see how important these guys are, like they were a unit. They were three members of one group, but the fact that there are three individuals now and they were all still featured some way, somehow in the main event of Monday Night Raw, I thought that was fucking amazing. It goes beyond my wildest dreams for them because, of course, I could see Roman Reigns becoming a star, but I didn't quite know what WWE was going to do with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. Now, the fact that they're being featured in this way, I think it's amazing. They're all tied into that main event feud. But I can't shake the feeling that Seth Rollins is nothing but a lackey. Like, I look at him and I look at him with the Money in the Bank briefcase. I don't buy it. I don't. I don't buy it at all.
I see
I
what
don't
you
see
did
him
there.
being a WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
I honestly, I'm very conflicted on what I want to say about this because on one hand, I'm a fan of Seth Rollins' work, and on the other hand, I don't like to deny the truth. Seth Rollins, at least, at the very least, I have a very big problem with him being a heel. I do not take him seriously as a big, tough guy heel. High flyers and guys with his type of physique don't do that very well. I mean, Daniel Bryan, he was a pretty decent heel, and he could beat some of the big guys up, but I don't really buy them as like oh, they're gonna run over everybody. I should be afraid of this guy. Seth Rollins, especially his voice, man. Like, oh yeah, I'm working with Triple H. He sounds like freaking Eric Cartman. So they're gonna have to do something with him. This heel stuff, I'll give it a chance. I'm gonna walk in with an open mind, but as of right now, I'm gonna have to side with Jay. I don't buy Seth Rollins as a world champion, especially with Roman Reigns on the horizon. Hey, maybe this would have happened back in 2011. So, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, see, Jay, I see where you're coming from because it's difficult to see him as a world champion with the stuff that he's done. I think it's because of when he broke away from the Shield initially, you could kind of see something there, but they had some missteps along the way in trying to build up his individual character to where he's not separating himself and being his own person. It's a lot like what was going on with Randy Orton, except not as magnified. So like he's just doing shit for Triple H, and Triple H is helping him, pushing him along. Like, go ahead, we got you. That's like Ambrose says. It's like Triple H is his daddy. Ambrose doesn't stand out in and of his own right yet.
I don't know. Like, I'm trying to look at this situation, and I want to give Seth Rollins the benefit of the doubt. Like, don't get me wrong. Anybody who's watching right now, I'm not saying Seth Rollins is a jobber. Not saying that at all. It's just that in the position that he's in as an associate of Triple H's, knowing what we know about people who were associated with Triple H and the different roles that they played and the way that Triple H is talking about him, and also the fact that he has a Money in the Bank briefcase, I just don't see it for him. But now that I'm thinking about it, maybe I'm not supposed to see it for him because I mean, what we've learned about the Money in the Bank briefcase over these last few years, more particularly these last few Money in the Bank briefcases, not everybody who wins it is gonna be a world champion. So
You
maybe
know that
I'm.
you know that anytime you start talking like that, it's instantly like a harken back to the Greek tragedy, right? Like maybe I'm not supposed. I got to look at it this way and
No, but I'm
flip it
saying,
around.
like, basically what I'm saying is that when I see Seth Rollins with the Money in the Bank briefcase, all of a sudden my expectations for him go from here to here. So it's like I'm looking at the situation and I'm judging him to the standard of a world champion when maybe I shouldn't be.
It's interesting
You
that
know,
you would say that
this
with the way that you feel about the briefcase.
this Money in the Bank thing has to go, man. It always causes problems. You always have these champions, especially after they win, even if they win the belt, when they lose it, nobody really cares about them anymore. Guys like Dolph Ziggler, guys like The Miz. It's kind of devalued the world championships and it's ruined the credibility of the Money in the Bank briefcase. maybe it should turn into something that happens every now and again to make it a bit more special. And maybe guys who have already won world championships should probably start winning it. But as of right now, I don't like the idea of having guys who pick up the briefcase who have never held a world title. It just makes it seem. I know that's the point, that somebody could lose their championship at any time and anybody could win it, but it doesn't look right. You know, guys like The Miz, good God, he's the poster boy of being a terrible world champion. A guy who was completely undeserving.
See, I
And
don't
I
know
know
if this
Jay, that hurts
conversation.
him.
I'm not even going there. I pass. I don't know if this conversation applies to the situation that we're talking about right now, because with Seth Rollins, like, all of the ills of the Money in the Bank briefcase, they don't really apply here because they are using it in an effective way. At least as far as I'm concerned, and on what I saw on Monday Night Raw, they are doing that. Seth Rollins, he does have build behind him. He does have that system with Triple H. It's not like he won it completely out of nowhere. He does have a structure there that makes sense, makes a whole hell of a lot of sense. Not only that, but it's good. It's just a very weird situation. I'll go ahead and admit, I like Seth Rollins. I don't like the Money in the Bank briefcase, but it's just so many things mixed up here that are just so damn weird. All I know is the feud is good. I mean, we're talking about things that could possibly happen a week, a month, a year down the line. Where we are right now, shit looks good. So, I don't know.
You know what I think it
Shoot,
is?
he
Part
might
of it
lose.
is, it feels like a. I'm sorry, David. Go ahead.
So he might lose a briefcase. I'd actually like to see Dean Ambrose fight him for the briefcase, or maybe somebody else. More likely Dean Ambrose.
And part of it is, it feels like a really good mid card feud, and that's not a bad thing. It's just it's a step down from what's going on in the main event scene, even though they were in the main event sequence at the end of Raw. But it just feels like a really, really, really anticipatory mid card feud, and